Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Real Heat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the first episode of season 4 of the Real Heat Live. So, y'all know we're going to kick this season off to the next level. We hit y'all with the podcast during hiatus. We hit y'all with a bunch of other things, but now we back to the nitty gritty, the bread and butter, the live show. But before we even get into all that, you know, we got to do our intros. So I say we let the ladies go first because, you know, we all some gentlemen around here and stuff. So,
you want me to go first?
Of
Hey,
course,
y'all, I'm Lady, and that is the extent of my intro, as y'all know.
Hi, everybody. I'm CeCe.
Never fails. Never fails. That's okay though. Now, I know we said we let the ladies go first, and we appreciate y'all intros, but boy, that was it's a little dry, but it's okay. Cheeks, show them how we do it, bro. Show them how we do it. Show them how we do intros, man.
This your boy Clapping Cheeks 98. Welcome to the Real Heat Podcast, baby. Season 4. Let's turn up. You feel me? I love you guys. I'm back at it again with another banger.
Yo. It never fails.
Always good to have my boy back. But I let you know, they was talking about me during hiatus. They was talking about my wine glass, said it was too big. It's all right, I got something for y'all. Since it's the Real Heat season 4, we're doing it real big. So I got me another bottle. All right. We're gonna turn up and we're gonna have a good time tonight.
Sir.
Well, y'all know me, Tommy Boss. You know, I ain't got no special bottles or nothing like spots. I'm a little jealous because I'm over here, you know, sipping water, but it's cool. You know, I'm staying hydrated and stuff. Staying hydrated. But yo, let's go ahead and kick this show off. First, I would like to say thank you to our special guests, Cheeks and CeCe, especially being that it's CeCe's birthday. And she chose to join us on her birthday, y'all.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It was yesterday, so belated. But yes, you know, I celebrate all week.
I'm about to say, everybody know, you know, the ladies like to celebrate their birthdays, you know, for a week to a month. So
I'm about to say, as long as it's your birthday month, ain't no belated.
Right.
Belated start in August.
Exactly. My point exactly.
No, so
Wait a
actually,
minute.
funny
Let's not
thing,
condone.
I hate anything after the day. So anything starting today and beyond is belated.
And we still gonna say it anyway.
But your
That's
birthday
okay.
fell on a Wednesday. So you're saying that you wouldn't celebrate this weekend?
Oh, I am. I'm celebrating all week, but it's still the day, you know. Tomato, small things.
You're right. Because, you know, we will never understand women. It's cool.
Oh, okay.
Never will.
That's fine.
It's okay. So we're gonna let that go. But let's go ahead and kick this thing off. So tonight's episode is called Friends. How many of us have them? So, what role do you play in your friend group? Myself, I'm like a chameleon.
Oh, I'd love to hear this one.
Roles. Yeah. So, in one friend group, can you fix your face?
I'm listening. I'm tuned in.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Jesus. So in one friend group, I'm considered the comedian, the lighthearted guy, the guy who always keeps spirits high. And another friend group, I'm considered the strong friend. Actually, I'm probably considered a strong friend in most groups, but regardless, I play a different role in many groups. Some other roles that I've played in these groups, I'm not going to talk about because I don't play those roles anymore, and I refuse to backtrack to those roles because I've grown as an individual, and I refuse to be those roles anymore. But Spot, since you got all this face, what role you play?
I
The
played.
alcoholic.
Oh,
That
well,
was aggressive. I
wow.
didn't even know that was a type of friend.
Wow.
Um, that
Wow.
was uncalled for.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Um,
That was childish of me. I apologize. It's not what friends do.
yeah, that with those words. Nah, in a lot of in most of my circles, I am the strong friend. I'm also the realist of the friends. I tend to not tell people what they want to hear, more of what they need to. And sometimes they misconstrue that and relay me as a different adjective, but it is what it is.
What's that adjective?
I brought my friend here to tell you guys all about it. So, CeCe,
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, we're going to move on. And so,
the adjective is wonderful,
um,
by the way.
Asshole.
it was. Yes, thank you. Somebody said it, not me. So I would say that I am probably chameleon as well as far as my friend group goes. I have a few different ones. I think it depends on the day. Like whatever mood I'm in kind of dictates it a lot of the time. But the one thing that's consistent is I am not your yes friend. So if you're looking for a yes, I'm the last person you want to come to because I will tell you. I mean, unless it makes sense, then I'll tell you yes. But if you're just looking for a yes man, I am usually not that friend. So yeah, I want to make sure I help you see both sides, and I will always bring the laughter and the jokes. Gotta have a fun time.
Okay. Cheeks.
For me,
What
I'm like
role do you play in your friend groups, Cheeks?
I'm like the
I'm
army
dying to
Swiss.
hear your answer.
I'm the army Swiss knife. You feel me? I could be the comedic, the serious person. I don't sugarcoat shit at all. If if you need a shoulder to cry to, I'm the listener, and I'm also the instigator as well. You feel me?
Ain't you?
Like you already know this, my brother. Look, I talk the talk and walk the walk. So yeah, like there's more. There's more. I won't talk onto that. You feel me? If you know, like, if you know Cheeks, you know Cheeks. That's all.
If you know Cheeks, you know Cheeks. That's
You
almost as bad as who hurt Cheeks. Like you make it so easy for us, bro.
here we
If you
fucking go.
know Cheeks, you
Ah,
know Cheeks. That's crazy.
look, okay. Hey, Cheeks.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
I thought we were gonna
I'm
put that past us. See,
you
you like
right.
to
I'm
start
sorry.
it.
Who said that?
Box. I've been on your side.
No, I feel you and I appreciate it, but we never had that. That was not in these production meetings. Not at all that we discussed that.
Oh, you didn't tell them, Tommy?
I was supposed to.
Yeah, we was gonna put that past us.
Oh, he
Must have
lied.
slipped my mind, player. Sorry.
Damn, that's crazy.
I know, bro.
So we're seeing what type of friend Tommy really is. Hey, lady, how about you? What kind of friend are you?
Yes, I am dying to know what type of friend are you, lady?
I feel like I also am the chameleon friend. Like I'm the
Mm.
friend that's I'm gonna uplift you. I'm gonna strengthen you where you need it, but I'm also gonna tell you what's real, which gets me labeled as the mean friend a lot. I personally don't think I'm the mean friend, but I do get labeled the mean friend a lot because I'm just gonna say it, and how it come out is how it come out. I'm also the same friend that's gonna tell you the real, and then I'm probably gonna pray for you and pray with you. So, um, the friend that's we're gonna pray together and we can lace up in the name of Jesus if that's what we need to do.
Okay.
That friend right in the middle.
Okay. I like that.
In the name of Jesus.
In the
In
name
the
of
name of Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.
What is there which book of the Bible is that in?
um, it's
Mm-hmm.
probably one of them books they had took out, like Enoch or
Oh,
something.
okay.
Mhm.
Mm.
Got you.
Interesting.
I got you.
Interesting. Hey, we we already started.
Oh my. Oh my.
So I know we've already discussed like, what roles we play in our friend groups. But here's a better question. I think we may jump the gun a little bit with this one, but how do we define friendships? Because we can talk about our friend groups, but I think everyone has a different definition of what friendship means to them. Um, for some people, friendship just may be specifically the connection that they have with different people. It may be, you know, what symbiotic relationship they may have with people. So, let's kind of dig into this a little bit. Spouse, you like you got something you want to say, bro?
Of course, man. Always. So for me, friendship is all about reciprocation, right? Like, I don't believe in one-sided friendships. I don't believe one-way
Mm,
streets. I don't believe that if I can complain to you, you can't complain to me back. But friendship is also an understanding, because to be my friend while I do complain, understand that when it's your turn to complain, you're gonna get met with all of the opposite sides or all the honest truth or honest feedback, right? Again, it's got to be reciprocated. Like I can't come to you. I'm not looking for a yes man and a friend. I'm not looking for anybody that's going to tell me I'm doing the right things or I'm on the right side. I've had plenty of knockdown, drag out, conversations, if you will, thinking I was on my high horse, thinking I was right, and trying to defend my point just for my friends to tell me, bro, it doesn't matter how loud you get, it don't matter how many times you repeat the same thing, doesn't matter how many times you try and reword it, you wrong at the end of the day. And that's kind of what I need because I'm a very strong-willed and strong-minded individual. So when I get something in my head, I got to go through all the channels to knock it down, or else I'm gonna be out here doing something wild. So reciprocation is the biggest piece of how I define friendship. Like you got to be able to hold me, reciprocation and accountability. Like you got to be able to hold me accountable and not be ashamed when I hold you accountable. So that's how I define it. That's what I think.
okay, okay, I like that. Um, so it's funny. We had a production meeting this weekend, and like we kind of touched on friendship a little bit, and like I know I actually talked about like the guys like my different friend groups, like for instance, like the people I hang with, the guys I game with and stuff, and I actually brought up Cheeks, because like our friendship is different from like somebody who I would know in person, but I feel like me and Cheeks' friendship is just as strong as if this is somebody who I met, and like me and Cheeks live on different sides of the states, so we ain't never met, but that's my brother.
That's my motherfucking brother right there. I would take a bullet for him on some real shit. Like, there's some personal shit I told Tommy that I would never tell anybody else. So there's a handful of people, and like, to be honest, on some real shit, Tommy never switched up on me. And it's like I told him before, nowadays when it comes to friends, I don't trust motherfuckers at all. Like, literally, at all. Because motherfuckers use that to your weakness, like against you. And Tommy hear me cry a few times and all that. He understands the situation I'm going through that's changing my life drastically. Like, damn, man, I respect that with Tommy so much, and like putting me through the whole Real Heat special guest a few times, like uplift me in my darkest days, and like I will never ever forget that. I'm always gonna be humble to that nigga Tommy. I told myself, if I won $1 million or win the lottery, I'm taking care of that nigga first on some real shit. Like he like on some real shit.
Hey.
He's one. I don't care what anybody got to say about Tommy. I'm by his side 100%. I don't care if he's right or wrong. He's been there for me on my lowest. Yeah, I appreciate it. That's why I'm talking about a real, like a true friend back in the '90s. If you at your low, he's gonna be there for you no matter what. Yeah, I respect that.
I like that.
No.
Look, all I'm gonna say is be careful with that. I'm gonna have his back, right or wrong. Cause look, I've known Tommy for a long time. All right, them rights, is some good times, but them wrongs is they there often.
But the thing is, bro, you gotta admit that even during the wrongs, did we not have fun? Did we not make some memories off them wrongs, bro?
I plead the fifth.
I feel like every week you try to incriminate Spots, and I'm about to start sticking up for him.
You trying to incriminate me?
Look, I did. Look, I've known Tommy long enough to know how to skirt around these topics that he'd be trying to keep putting me in. Ooh, I like this.
I like that
this.
too.
Ooh,
My friends gotta have a mind of their own. I'm not a shepherd to sheep. Hey, yo, that's big. That's big. So like for me, like I kind of brought up Cheeks because like I got different types of friendships, but at the end of the day, like what I expect from my friends are all the same. Like me personally, I got a big heart, huge heart, and like if I got love for you, I got love for you, and I'm a ride for you. So all I really want is reciprocation. I want somebody kind of like Janasia said, have a mind of your own. So when I come to you with some stuff, which is probably why me and Spots clicked for so long, because if I'm right or if I'm wrong, not the thumbs up. You're so childish. Spots gonna tell me about myself. Like me and Spots then did music together. We went through college together. We've been friends since. Like, yo, I don't care if I'm right, if I'm wrong, if I'm up or I'm down. Spots gonna even me out. What either he gonna humble the fuck out of me or he gonna make sure to bring me back up. Like that's one thing about him. CeCe, you know.
Well,
I
I
don't
do
like the beginning
know.
of that laugh. I don't like where this is going.
No, it's not going anywhere bad. I'm going to save it. We got to get, to the meat of the show before I start, throwing anything out there. But
You said you can't do it on
I
the
feel
first
like,
question.
yeah, I can't start off early. It's going to be a long night. But for me, I feel like it's different. I don't, I think to an extent I needed to be reciprocal, but I think I lean more on like the understanding and grace. Like grace, I think is a huge one for me more than it being reciprocal because there's times where I don't feel like talking to anybody. Like, and if you reach out, it may be real dry. It's nothing personal. I don't have nothing against you, but I also understand that it may be the same on the other side. And sometimes I may need to be the funny friend for someone who is down and sad. And so I like kind of the opposite, and you just bring whatever you can bring versus it being like, okay, I let you complain to me. You, like, I'm going to complain to you. There are some of my friends I don't complain to because they don't have
Mm.
nothing of value to add. That does not mean that they don't add other things in my life, but when it comes to whatever problem it is, it's not that I'm going to go to them specifically, but like we may still go out, we may still have a good time, and I may still listen to what you have to say. But I think it's the discernment of the level, I guess, the level of friendship and what you're looking for.
So I like how you said like you can't vent to everybody. So like I feel that because like you know you can't treat every friend the same and you don't get the same benefits from every friend. Like there are some friends like I'm a complete open book to, because I know like we have this level of trust and like the same way I benefit them, they're gonna benefit me, and I don't ever have to worry about what I say to you getting back out in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a bar. Oh, I'm sorry. But like it's crazy because you can be in a friendship and it can be so one-sided and it's just like you can like you'll bend over backwards and crack every piece of your spine for a person. They won't even bend forward to tie your damn shoe. Like, and it's just crazy how we get stuck in these situations and usually we can never explain why. You know, we get into these friendships with some people and it's no benefit for us, but we still stick around. And of course, you know, some people say, oh well, the time frame, the loyalty, we've been through this, they were there for that. But not all friendships are eternal and they definitely not forever. So, you know,
Yeah.
finding those
I feel
benefits
like
in a
that's
friendship.
where I feel like that's where grace comes in though, right? Because giving someone grace doesn't mean that they're staying around. It just means I understand this just isn't our time. Like we're good. Like we're not ending on a bad note or maybe you're not ending at all, but maybe this just isn't our season for our connection. And that's okay. And I think it doesn't have to be a blow up. And so that's where I'm like, I feel like grace is why it's so important.
And see, I agree
Okay.
with that. And I don't feel like I have to necessarily benefit from all of my friends. I'm not going to benefit from all of my friends, just like all of my friends aren't going to benefit from me. But I will say, you can't be my friend and not have shit to do. Like you can't be my friend and not have anything going for yourself.
Mm,
Yes, absolutely. It takes discernment. You have to be able to discern which one of your friends are going to be good for you in which seasons of your.
mm,
All of your friends are not going to be the same. All of your friends are not going to have the same things to offer in every single season. Some people just can't be your friend in certain seasons.
okay, you better
Some
preach,
people just
preacher.
don't have it to
You
give
better
in certain
preach,
seasons.
preacher.
So you
Yes.
have to really pay attention. But my biggest thing that my dad taught me as a young child was you can't hang out with people who don't got shit to do. Because
Mm,
everything you got to do gonna fall off because when people don't got nothing to do, they think that they automatically assume you ain't got nothing to do, and it starts to eat at your time. You start to
mm.
fall off. You start to lack in certain areas. So you can't be my friend and not have shit to do. I need you to have something. Read a book,
Okay.
I
something.
feel like
Like,
I feel
do
like it
something.
does need to benefit though. There needs to be some like you need to bring laughter. Like it doesn't need to benefit in a way of like money, time. Well, I guess time is where it needs to benefit. Like can we at least laugh and cut up? Can we spend quality time where you're not on your phone all the time when we're talking? I think there's some level of benefit towards it. Otherwise, what's the point?
Okay.
Because if I'm just sitting on the phone and I'm tuning you out, we don't need to be friends. Like
Okay.
again, not our season.
So I wanna take a moment to look at this comment right here. I think it can be reciprocating in ways that benefits you. If my friendship love language is gift giving, and my friends love language is words of affirmation, as long as we know that we good. So as you guys know, if you've been here before with us, you know we've taken a love language quiz. And we've definitely made connections in our love language between like how we are as a person, things may have happened in childhood. So, do you guys think that your love languages also play a part in your friendships?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You want to be loved in your friendships just the way you want to be loved in any other relationship that you're in. So, in order for that to happen, you have to know your love languages, and that's when communication comes into play.
Mm,
I need you to know that my love language is quality time. So that when I'm calling you wanting to talk, you're not like, oh, this girl just keep on calling me. You already know. I enjoy spending time with my friends. I enjoy spending time with people that I love and I care about. You have to have that.
I love
It's,
how you said when I want to call and talk to you, we don't talk. That was borderline brat behavior.
no, we don't have
So,
to talk when I call and talk to you, but I want you to understand why I might call more than your other friends.
okay,
Why I might invite you out more than your other friends. Why I might be like, oh, you want to do this small little thing more than your other friends, because while mine is quality time, there might be gift giving. It
okay,
plays a role.
okay,
As a
okay,
fellow quality timer, I must agree. Second.
Bing.
okay. All right. Okay.
Gentlemen,
Okay.
y'all a little
I
quiet.
respect that.
Look, I'm trying to decipher everything because my love language is also quality time, but I also appreciate my friends leaving me the hell alone.
Absolutely.
So like,
Absolutely.
I was thinking it all the way through. That's where I'm at. I'm in my head right now.
Mm.
But quality time is not how much time you spend with them.
No,
It's the
1,000%.
quality of the time spent.
No,
Right.
I 1,000%
Because
understand
I am
exactly what it is.
firm. Like once when I'm ready to be left alone, I told y'all what a couple weeks ago. My social batteries start out on 45%. When I'm ready to be left alone, that's it. I don't talk, don't breathe, don't look at me like nothing. Just
The
ugh.
better question, the better
Wow.
way to establish this is, Cece, you and I had a conversation not too long ago about, hey, at some point you got to leave your house. Like COVID is not necessarily still
Correct.
here, and I was
Mm.
enjoying. And does not mean I do not enjoy you and the quality of time that we spend together. But how often did you catch me outside? You had to drag me
Yeah,
out.
she gonna
So
have to come out the house. Yeah,
that's
and
it.
it's funny
That's
because like my quality time is not on the phone. Like I will be on the phone, but I get distracted and I have so much else going on around me that it's like for me to give you my quality time, we need to be face to face. That way I put my phone to the side, we do what we hang out, we talk, we do whatever we need to do, and then I go back to being distracted.
Lord, don't I know it.
I'm telling you, I know. It's just the beauty of the
Admitting is
beast.
half the battle. Okay.
Yes.
Quality time means
So
face to face.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like how we're saying quality time has to be face to face. I mean, quality
If
time,
it makes sense.
I mean, okay. I mean, for instance, people who have like long distance relationships, like if
oh,
quality time is a love language, I understand like being far from somebody can be a problem. But if you're making that time, whether it be, um, you know, y'all are FaceTiming all the time, or y'all have, like all these apps. Now, I think Disney has a thing where now you can do like group video watching and stuff like that. Like, I feel
And
like if
FaceTime.
if yeah. So like yeah, like there are different ways to essentially have quality time, even if it's not face to face, in this digital era that we live in. So I don't want to, minimize this to quality time can only be face to face.
I also want to point out that you said quality time doesn't have to be face to face, and then said you could FaceTime.
he mean
I'm
he
also
mean
I'm
he mean
also
more
that friend, by
physically
the way.
face to face.
When
Yes,
we
he
were
is
talking,
also that
when we were
friend.
talking, I'm that friend.
Physically face to face is what he mean. Janasia, we know. Well, I know.
Hey, yo, y'all are funny. So like here's another interesting thing too, about friendships. Um, I know I have some friends who I don't talk to often. Perfect example, and I know y'all about to laugh at me for this. So like I think I fell asleep doing something on my phone last night, and at like 5 o'clock in the morning, I wake up to my phone ringing, and it was calling somebody who I hadn't talked to probably since like 2000. So this person calls me back today and was like, "Yo, like you called me at 5 in the morning, like everything good?" Yeah, I was asleep. I don't know. All I know is I heard the phone ringing in my sleep and I hit the end button real quick. And they was like, "Oh, cool," and like we chopped it up for like an hour. So like taking gaps in your friendship, like do you think that's a norm? Like I know when I was younger, I was like, yo, if I don't talk to somebody for a certain amount of time, oh well, it's fuck them then because they obviously don't care enough about me. But now that I'm an adult and I realize like I have things going on, like do you think it's acceptable now to take like gap years or just a gap in the friendship from time to time?
The answer is no, because as soon as you take that gap year, the friendship don't hit the same. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You could put it
I
however you
don't
want to put it.
agree.
I
It
don't
don't
agree.
hit the same.
No, I
I
don't.
don't
Okay.
agree because then people could say that for us.
For who is
Thank you,
us?
Spots. They can say that about us.
Me and
Who
you,
is
Spots.
And me and
CeCe?
you, Spots.
CeCe, when have you ever given me a year off?
No, 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 no. He said a gap. Dude, would you like one? You see how you start already. So
We in
it
public. Come on now.
I don't care about that. You know that. Um but no, I'm saying like as far as a gap, I don't know about gap years. I feel like that is a little different, but I feel like there could be times where it's a couple months and it's like, oh dang, I haven't talked to that person. But again, I think it goes back to the genuine connection,
Mhm.
right? So if
Mhm.
I pick up and I start off being shady, like, oh, I ain't talked to you in X amount of days, okay, like you're already starting the temperature of that conversation off wrong. So I think it's more of like if you call, you do a check in, you're not interrupting. And it's funny because I felt differently about this, I would say maybe 5 years ago. But having kids will really
Yeah.
change your mind. I do not have time. Like, I love you. I don't think any less of you when we get up and we go out because I leave my kid with my grandma all the time. Like, we'll meet up, but when I'm in the house, you may not hear from me for a couple of days,
Mm.
and that's okay. So I feel like it
Mm.
depends on, I think it depends, one, on the friend, and two, on the gap, like the reason for the gap.
Mhm. See, that's what I would say. It definitely heavily depends on the friend. Like, I got some friends that if I don't talk to them every day, I'm gonna be like, "You good? Like, what's up?" And then I also have friends like one of my close friends who I've been friends with for over 15 years. We might only talk twice a year, but when we talk, that connection is there. We catch up, and then we go on about our business. I think it also plays into the part of understanding that as we grow older,
Right.
things change. You start having more things to do. You start having more responsibilities. You don't have as much time. You just don't. So you have to
You
be
don't.
able to not only use your time wisely, but give the time when it's available. If all I got for you is 5 minutes 2 times a year, we're going to make these 5 minutes 2 times a year be as beneficial as we can.
So I want to take a moment, because me and Cheeks talked a while back, and I know he was telling me about some stuff he had going on with some friends like who lived near him. Cheeks, like, have you ever taken like any gaps in your friendship with those guys? I know you told me like they were like friends from like way back in the day. Have you ever taken gaps before?
Oh yeah, like there's a few. You feel me? Like I'm not. Fuck it. I'm gonna just say names. Fuck it. Me and my boy. Me and my ex boy, ex homie CJ. You know, we grew up with each other. You feel me? From kindergarten, elementary, middle school, high school, and walked down graduation with each other in high school. You feel me? And
Right.
our friendship ended because, like, as a homie, you feel me? If your homie's in a relationship, you're gonna respect the relationship. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was mad because I was still in a good relationship with his ex, blah blah blah. I didn't tell her about his business, blah. And he got mad and trying to lose my job during the time because I was still hanging out with his ex. I'm like, bro, she living a better life without you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you get mad over some, excuse my language, you feel me? Then and try to make me lose my job, we're off. We're off. We're good, bro. Like, cut ties. And like, there's other friends like there's other people that I like. I'm a ride or die type of friend. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Your enemy is my enemy. You feel me? If we're in a bar and we get in a fight with 30 people, I'm with you to the end. You feel me?
I
I
feel
don't
you.
care if we win or lose. But the day when I told you like, oh, I got my own house. You feel me? Instead
Mm-hmm.
of going out every weekend, you come over, drink, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden you change. It's showing me like, yo, you was like what you guys said. You was only there for that season.
Right.
Like, bro, like you haven't checked up on me ever since what been happening. You get what I'm saying? With my life is going on. It's kind of fucked up because I've been there for that person through the whole coronavirus, losing his family member, his ex girl did this and this. I was there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just sad because, like I said, good karma. You do good things for people, but you don't receive the good deed back, and it's just fucked up. Like I said, like right now, I can't I hardly trust anybody. I really don't. I like that's why I said friendship now isn't like the friendship back in the day, in the '90s or in the '80s. When you were at your lowest, your friends was there no matter what, bro. Your friends were there if you lost your job or if your friends was on the come up. About here, I'm gonna put you on game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not there. Like on some real shit, Tommy, like me and you. Like I hit you up like, hey Tommy, I need this. And you give me you help me. Same vice versa. You get what I'm saying? And like that's why I say there's nowadays loyalty isn't the same. It's dead. It's really is dead. There's only a small percent of people that's loyal to their friendship. That that if lady calls CeCe right now saying, "Oh, I'm heartbroken," blah 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 blah, CeCe will drive 100 miles away to go comfort lady. That's real loyalty. That's a real
You
loyal
know me
friendship.
already.
Like, you get what I'm saying? If Spock's hit up you, Tommy, say, "Yo, I lost a family member," you'll go out your way to go to Spock's. You feel me? Like like the whole game, the whole thing of friendship in this generation changed, and it's sad because it's all betrayal. It's like what you gonna benefit from me if I do this for you? You get what I'm saying? It's
I
not
mean, you're
genuine.
right, bro.
It's not genuine.
So let me ask you this. Um, I know everyone loves to believe, that they are their best selves and that, they are always a ray of sunshine to everybody that, they interact with. But
Because I am.
Please stop lying to yourself. Tommy, continue.
have y'all ever felt like, or have you ever been the toxic friend? I know nobody
Never.
ever wants to admit that they're the toxic friend.
Oh yeah, I was in my early youth. When I was in my early 20s, I was the toxic friend. Like, hey, yo, fuck that bitch. Excuse my language. Fuck that bitch. You feel me? We'll get some other bitches. Da 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 da. You feel me?
Wait,
Like
is
on
that
some
what we
real shit.
considering toxic?
Like
Did they
on
change?
some real, like, no, I was like on some real shit.
You got to
Like,
change your answer now.
Hold on, wait.
no,
That wasn't the definition
like,
I had.
like, I was that friend. I was that friend in my early 20s that I didn't give a fuck if your feelings were hurt, if we were doing right or wrong. I'm with it, whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like on some real shit. Like, oh, oh boy, looking at you weird because you trying to talk to this girl. Say less. I was the instigator. Yes, bro. I was on demon time. I was that. I was I was the villain as a friend. Like on some real shit. But hey, partner, my homeboy trying to talk to your girl. You gotta move out the way.
I mean,
Look, if she if she look at my homie, she's choosing right now. She's choosing, and you losing. Skedaddle.
I don't know if I'm considering. Is this what is that the definition of toxic? Maybe I'm old. Maybe I don't know what toxic is anymore. I just
Toxic to me is toxic to me is
I don't
any
know.
shit negative. Any any negative shit you would do that's not
any.
positive in the friendship.
Oh my. Okay. Maybe.
I feel like you weren't necessarily the toxic friend, but you
you're just a
encourage
toxic
toxic
person.
behavior amongst your friends. Because get out the way, my homeboy trying to talk to your girl is crazy.
Is it?
But my thing is this: if yo
Yes.
If your girl is looking at my homeboy,
My boy,
winking,
defensive lineman of the year, boy. He trying to.
First off, hold on. First off,
Uh-oh.
let's unpack this, right? Because we over here, they over here talk about it's toxic and that's crazy. Ma'am,
Sir.
not you, the other ma'am.
Oh.
Lady was speaking on my behalf. Please
Oh,
continue.
okay.
Ma'am.
Because I'm a better person.
Sir.
Also, Thomas.
I'm sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
No,
Those reactions is what we
please
needed in
explain.
here.
So
That's what we needed.
I
Please
feel
explain.
so I probably have been toxic. I wouldn't count too many times I've been toxic, but I've definitely been negative and I've definitely been the mean friend. Um, I used to match energy, so whatever you give me is what I'm giving back to you. And as a fellow Cancer, mine's going to be worse, just naturally. I'm going to go for the lowest of low. I'm a better human now, and I thank God for that every single day. You know, he had to work on me, which is why I have so much like sentiment for you, Cheeks, because I know what it's like to, why are you laughing so hard?
Look at the chat.
Wow, you're petty. Yes, used to be. And so
Oh, that's
the Lord
funny.
knows my heart. But like I feel, I don't want to say bad for you, but like I feel sad for you, Cheeks, because I think there is a different side of friendship when it comes to you going through, the people who are negative, the people who fall out and they're not there anymore. And if you remain positive, like you will see it come back tenfold. Like mine, it took a while for mine to come back. And it's like, dang, I know I'm good to people. Like I know I've done some things where I'm like, okay, could have done that better, could have changed that. But I know I've been good to people genuinely. And it just takes different moments in your life where you just see it unfold. And then it will continue to keep coming as you embrace it. And so that's why I think I feel so big about grace. But there are times where I think people have to accept that you're probably not the best friend. And while you might not be toxic, it might not always be toxic behavior, like you may not have treated that person the way they wanted to be treated in that moment. And I think that sometimes as humans, we forget to acknowledge that. Like, yeah, I think because the actions I'm doing are good does not mean that's what that person needs in that moment. And I think sometimes we forget to acknowledge that.
I agree. See, for me, I can say with absolute certainty, I have absolutely been the toxic friend because, as you said, I'm a Pisces. Okay, if you go low, I'm going to hell. Okay, I am not
Lord
shady.
have
I
mercy.
am the tree.
It's
Okay,
just the water signs.
it's something about the water signs because
Once again, what book is that in? When
I'm
you go
fat.
low, I go to hell.
I'm
That's another
fat and
water
I'm a
sign
shady.
thing.
I'm
Because
not. I'm not
I'm an air
shady.
sign. I'm super petty, and I'll be quick to say, "Yo, if look, if you want to go low, I promise you I'm gonna go to hell. I promise you."
I'm
how
talking
are
about
We're
you?
going to
hell.
go lower.
How are
I'm
you?
gonna, and I was gonna say, and I'm going to find a way. I'm not shady. I am the tree. I throw the whole thing at you. Okay.
I I thought trees supposed to be
But
peaceful.
as CC said, I am a better person now. Um, I am not that girl that I used to. I don't even know her. She don't go here. She didn't even wear pink on Wednesday. Um, if that went over your head, I need y'all to watch more
I
Big
got
girls.
you. I got
Thank you.
you.
But I definitely have had my times where I have yeah, I took it there a couple times because I used to be the person
Okay.
like you're not gonna say whatever you want to me. You ain't gonna talk to me however you want to.
We did
Um,
not. We did not listen to Michelle. And I love her, but we did not listen.
no, no,
Well,
I
let
was
me
not.
break this consistency that y'all got going on. I was never a toxic friend. I was,
I want you to stop
the holy
lying.
water and all of the friends.
I want you to stop lying to yourself.
I don't think
I
I was
don't
ever a
even know
toxic
you
friend.
that well, and I just can't bring myself to
I
believe that.
Because we are on air, I will not air you out today. But I want
Bucky,
you to stop
Bucky, dude.
lying to yourself. You were not toxic to me, but there are a few times that I can point out.
No.
So,
You gotta make him accountable.
No,
That's
I
what
can't.
real
No,
friends, what real friends are. You gotta make sure that person is
Not
accountable for the
publicly.
behavior.
Real friends
no,
don't do that publicly. You pull your
we
friends
do
to the
not.
side later.
No. I'm hear this shit out.
No, this is all the accountability he needs. You got to know your friend, right?
Oh
So
man.
by me saying this, he's thinking about it. So I've done what I needed to do. And, we can just move on to the next topic because he knows I love him with all
That
my
boy,
heart.
that boy's turning
But what
red.
we're saying is Spots has indeed been nobody can drink wine from a glass that big and have never been toxic.
It's a
It's impossible.
regular size. First off, all
So
right. I'm
before
glad
you
you brought it up.
started
No.
drinking wine, no. Before you started drinking wine, what were you drinking all the time?
That's
Water.
liquor.
Okay. And
I
so
was drinking water.
do you
I was drinking water.
remember?
No, it might have been in a water
what
bottle,
you
but it
became
wasn't liquor.
after Spots?
I mean, it wasn't water. It may have
I'm
been in a
sorry.
water
What?
bottle.
What was the
Tommy,
phase
shut
you
up.
went through? What was the phase you went through between Spots and cousin Raheem? Please let us know.
Yes.
Because if you need me to get more specific, like that's as far as I'm going to go. But I just want you
Please.
to remember
Please.
where
Was
you
this
have
the-
come and where you have been.
So that human.
That human.
Does it
was
exist anymore?
not-
So you changed? Okay.
That
Thank
human
you.
does not exist.
Okay.
Don't know
Anymore.
who he was, where he came
Anymore.
from.
Wow.
Anymore.
Mr. Ike
See?
turned up that?
Yeah, he's.
Oh,
I don't
see,
know
I
where
even
he came
forgot
from.
about that one. I was talking about Saucy Raheem. So
Oh,
I
we
was
didn't
thinking
really
Damn, they both
Wait,
died.
hold on. Wait a minute.
Wait a
you like
minute.
y'all jumping Spots. I feel like y'all
Accountability.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
None of those people were toxic. They just were a little out there. That's all. It was a little crazy. Next topic.
TJ, do you have another question for us? Because I can't do these
So
lives anymore.
actually, I do because y'all kind of brought something to my attention here. So I'm pretty sure, all of us here probably have, friendships with people of the opposite sex. Do you ever feel like you have to treat these friends differently than you would a friend of the same gender?
It
This
depends.
is like
I feel like you gotta treat all your friends differently. No two people are alike. So regardless of your gender, your race, if you're 5'7" or you're 5'2", I gotta treat all my friends differently.
Okay.
Somebody wants to know all your people, Demetrius.
They really not that interested. That's why I try to tell them.
They sound kind of interesting to me. I'm gonna need the story time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sure do.
All right. For anybody that wants to know about them, come to the cool down. We'll talk about it then.
Link in the comments.
Right.
Cheeks, what were you about to say?
It depends, cause Tommy said, me and Tommy game a lot. You feel me? And there's a few female in our group that we play with, and one of the female name is Jazzy. I consider Jazzy as one of the niggas. You feel me? I talk to her like one of the niggas. Like, yo,
you really do. I feel like Cheeks. You gotta chill, right?
If I'm talking to Tommy, like, yo, I did this, did this, I'll tell Jazzy the same way, because how my mindset is, I see Jazzy as like a sister to me, or like a good like a homie. You feel me? Like there's no sexual attraction, nothing at all. But if I have a friend that I have sex, like see myself sexually attracted to, then I'm switching up. I'm trying to be like the angel like Tommy was last season, just all quiet, just yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Spox, remember.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Look, compatibility. Look.
Ooh. I need some water.
I'm sorry.
No,
Whoa,
the question is, do you treat your friends of the same gender differently than you do of the opposite gender? That's the question. Stay on topic. Don't start trying to look into the future because you got that so Raven look on your face
Cause
too,
I
Tommy.
got that feel because
Nope,
I
it's
don't know
all
what the hell
right.
you're talking about right now.
You know, and we'll talk
You
about it
know,
at the cool down. All right.
yeah, this is a story for another time, but I do want to
yeah,
hear
yeah,
the story
yeah.
though.
That's crazy because I don't
Um,
even know what damn story we're
If you
talking
guys
about
want to
here.
know, come to the cool down. We spill all the beans, tea, everything. Listen here, because
First
he
off,
thinks he
spilling
got that
beans
meat.
and tea sounds real messy. But
Yeah,
He
that
got
all
meat.
together.
yeah.
She's a
Um
wild boy.
to, to kind of add on to what Cheek said. So when I enter a friendship with somebody of the opposite gender, um there's like a certain wall that I have to put up because of the fact that I know, and this is not like this, I'm saying this as humbly as possible.
mm-hmm.
I know that I have a very welcoming presence.
Oh, that's not where I was going, but okay. I'm gonna let you cook.
And so
You on medium low right now. I thought you was going up the
if
high
and
heat.
so if I don't keep this wall up, to prevent them from being welcomed into areas that I cannot let them in, then it leads to more. And
More what?
Yeah.
For those in the back, some of the kids in the back is slow.
well, my advice is they better put some Nike trainers on and speed up shit. Um, the point I'm trying to
Leave it
say
to Tommy to
is,
talk about somebody's walls. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
See, toxic right there.
toxic.
I'm done. Is
Thank
that
you.
toxic?
Yes,
That's
extremely.
toxic.
And so I have to recognize that if I don't put this wall up and move at a certain pace, friendships can get tricky. Now, I will admit that before I learned this about myself, I was usually the one that moving too fast and getting my heart broken and getting played. Then I had to take a look back and like, you know what? Not every female that you're cool with is supposed to be more than that. And so I learned to, you know,
Dog your
put a
whole
certain level of separation between these females until I could establish we're friends. But it's still yeah. So like I try not to have too many friends of the
Excuse me, sir.
what
I just want to know what date your TED Talk is scheduled because you preaching right now. Somebody
Oh
need to hear
Lord.
this.
I'm done.
My name
I'm
is
done.
Shirley.
Somebody
Thank you
somewhere
for
need to hear this.
Childish. See,
Mark
I'm
got
opposite. I guess for me it just was natural. Like I always had male friends first. And it was because Spots, don't you open your mouth when I say this next line, okay? Thank you. So I was a very rough individual growing up, okay? I like to fight. And so it was just easier to have guy friends because I didn't have to worry about knocking another female around. Because once again, I don't play fight. And so it just made it easier. Right.
That's
And
what
so
true.
Was that your
I've
toxic friend
always,
era?
no, that came after. And so it just was easier to have friendship with the guys because I also, was playing flag football and wrestling and doing all that stuff. It just was easier to navigate. But I think what ended up changing it is, of course, getting into a relationship and then it kind of fixed itself as I got married. But being in a relationship made me like have to reevaluate how I played with my friends. Because it's like, okay, I can't roughhouse too much. Like I can't just be over at their house until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, because my man gonna be looking like, what are you doing? Where are you at? And why are you there so long? And like for me, I know everything was platonic and it was nothing sketchy, but it's a harder conversation to explain when your significant other doesn't know the other side. And so I don't remember who said it, but the comment came up where it was like, it depends on if you're in a relationship. I think that's when you do have to change up kind of your habits, and decide kind of what that's going to look like for you. But I feel like you can be friends with the opposite sex, but it depends on your personality, because I know how to swerve and curve left and right. We bobbing and weaving over here. I'm
Can I say
so proud of you,
something?
Spots. Yes, go
Can,
ahead, Cheeks.
all right, because like, all right, this person in the chat said relationship changed everything and set boundaries. I feel like this. You know, if you feel me, the male friends you have before, I can't question because they were there before me. But if we're in a relationship and you decide to have new male friends, that no, because you being too friendly. You can't.
See, that would be a problem.
Shit.
That's the toxic part, right?
No, it's not toxic,
Yes,
because
it is.
if I bring him around, then you need to, like, nothing is going on. Now, I think it's different if I start hiding him. That's a different conversation and story. But if I meet somebody, or let's just say it's work, and I'm like, oh, come hang out with so and so, or let's go meet so and so. I'm not. I might be different, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all, because I've made new male friends since I've been with the same guy for 11 years now, and I've definitely had new
Forever.
male friends.
Congratulations. But you're not all right, because I can't say all right.
Oh, hold on, wait. Before you get that out, Cheeks, let me just ask this question. All your new male friends, are they of the same uh ethnicity as you?
All but one, and the one that's not, we're not friends anymore.
Okay. Just a question. Because I'll be bringing new female friends around my wife, but they all of the Caucasian descent. So she
From
don't
the
be feeling no
mountains
type of way.
of Caucasus.
Oh no, all mine
That
black.
is a Slavic
Mm.
woman, a Viking. Okay.
Nah, so like to answer the question, right? Like I might have been the most oblivious human in the entire world. And
Right
thanks
there
to
with you,
my
brother.
Oh my God.
my
Every man
most
says that.
well, now see for this time I got proof, right? So my good friend CeCe here. Um there was a place of employment where she used to work, and because CeCe is that friend who you always like, she just had like when it was time when CeCe needed you or you needed her, it was pull up on me right now, don't care what's happening, all of those things. So we used to have to go to her place of employment for whatever reason. If you want to find out more, come to the cool down.
Oh Lord.
So when I got in
Before
my
it sounds
relationship,
crazy, it was Victoria's Secret. Before everybody starts getting a little crazy. Please continue.
come on now.
I mean, I just don't want them to think I'm
Clear
to
it
the
up.
strip
Clear
club,
it
or
up.
I wanted to be very clear.
Anyway,
Not unlike
so when I got to when I got in the relationship with my wife now, she found out that that's where we were having conversations at, and she was not okay with that, and I was confused because I was like, I just been doing this for the last 2.5 years. I'm sorry. I go in there and it's a bunch of big girls looking at this little tiny panties. So
Why
they'd
they
be
gotta
like,
be?
"Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that."
See,
Because look,
too far.
CC,
Too
CC,
far. Too
because
far. Please continue with the
because it
story.
was a time. It was a
Please,
time. It was a
please
time when we was
continue
in
with
there, and
we
I
will
looked you
not
dead in
body
the
shame.
face.
We
I
will
looked
not
you
body
dead in the
shame.
face. But and then you
Please
had to tell
continue.
them they had to go
Please
to the other
continue.
side because this
Please
side was not going to
continue.
be anyway.
Please continue.
how is this relevant to the story that you're
It's
telling?
not.
Because
It's
this is
absolutely
Spot's name,
not.
the toxic friend.
Exactly. Thank you.
I love that.
Continue with the story.
He
The
made sure
relevancy is
to point out big
He
girls and little
did.
panties. Like,
I love that.
Of course, Cheeks love it.
Yeah.
first off.
I love all women, all shapes and
Tommy, you
sizes.
got another question for us. What?
So actually, look. While we're on the topic of this, I do want to ask, what
Hold
are
on, wait. Before we get into
some
this,
friendship
lady,
deal
are you
breakers?
drinking a Bud Light Lime?
Yes.
I'm so ashamed. Don't ever talk to us again.
Ooh, he's so rude. But no,
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to know, what are some friendship deal breakers? Like, not for me, but I know one big thing people say a lot is like when people get into relationships and they just like completely neglect this person while they're in a relationship, and then when the relationship's over, they come back like, you didn't just ignore me for like 2 years straight while you were with this person. That's not one for me, but that's just one that I know is kind of common.
Um, so mine, I feel like varies on the friend. Because again, my relationships are based on that individual person. So I may accept something from Spots that I may not accept from somebody else. Like
It's
it
a
just
lie. She don't accept
depends.
shit from me.
We wasn't talking about that. I was giving an example, okay?
Oh, okay.
And so there are certain things that I
Accountability.
may accept from one person that I may not accept for the other. So it depends. And again, grace, because it depends on the situation as well. Like, but killing somebody's mother, like I feel like it's the extreme stuff that are like, okay, clearly we can't be friends.
Wait, what?
Like
That's
I'm just
the
saying,
deal
like
breaker.
no, I'm just saying,
Hey
like
yo,
They
the
can
ones
do
that are
whatever they
hey
want as
yo,
consistent.
long as they don't kill nobody,
Hey,
mom.
No,
hey, yo,
I'm
Connie, we need a
saying
voice.
those are the big ones. Like the big ones are, consistent, but the other ones, like some small stuff, may give a little grace.
So I want to I really want to speak on this one, right? Because the comment on the screen says, you know what, I hate a friend that disappears every time they get in a relationship, right? So I'm that friend. I just be disappearing, and it's not the relationship that makes me disappear. The relationship is the excuse for me to disappear, which is where I've realized how much. No, like 100% true honesty, right? Like this is where I realized, like CeCe, how many times have I tried to just fall off the face of the earth, and you just had to harass me until I spoke? You know what I mean? Like Tommy, you showed up to my dorm room how many times? Just like, yo, I know you in there, and I know she not. So like, nigga, stop trying to ignore us. Like we gotta go do whatever, right? Like that's just who I
mm-hmm.
am, and that's when I've realized the extent of friendship, right? Like people that are that invested in you and your personal growth and your advancement in life, that they're willing to ignore your flaws, character traits that are not necessarily the best, and go out of their way to maintain the friendship. So that's why I want to give you guys your flowers today, because y'all kept me from disappearing off the earth. Because y'all could have said, oh, that nigga just gone, and I'd be out here not on the show.
You're
I'd
First
so
of
still be
all,
welcome.
drinking this wine though.
Spots may disappear, but when I tell y'all,
All
once the
right,
liquor
all
show
right,
up,
all right, all right.
he coming out
Stop
his
doing
cubby
that.
hole, okay?
I'm with
Stop
you,
doing
Spots.
that.
So
I
were you
agree.
buying Disney's Plus stuff on their account? Like you was
Right. I
charging
want
it
to
to
know
their
too.
card? Because I got questions.
Yeah, it's the card on file, clearly.
For me, I personally, I'm with Spots. I'm definitely the disappear friend. Brianna and them know they had to. I was gone for like a month, solid, nothing, no communication. But for me, my deal breaker would definitely be friends that don't check me, because my friends that know me know that I'm delusional. Okay, I just.
Time out,
Okay, I am
Brianna. Get your
so
Hold on,
shit
wait, wait.
together. Get your
I am
shit
Hold on,
together,
so
wait.
Brianna.
delusional. So I need friends that are like
Wait,
Janasia
wait.
in the comments. Janasia is my friend that'll check me, and then we gonna argue about it, and then we gonna fall out for a couple days, and then we gonna be friends again. But I am definitely the delusional friend. Okay, I did
Hold
already
on.
decided what it is, made it up in my mind.
I also want you to know, you said that's for the friends that know you. Look, I've known you not as long as your friends, but I could tell you that you was delusional from the first time we met.
But
All right.
ain't nobody
Oh,
ask you shit.
Damn.
I'm on here to talk. All
Damn.
right. That's what I'm here for.
Lord.
So that's what I'm gonna
Damn.
do.
No, you know what? I do have one in particular. So it's the ones where if you have a falling out Don't tell me I've never done anything for you, because I'm gonna come with the receipts and then I'm blocking you.
Oof.
Because don't play with me. That's the one. Now that I think about it, that's the one that cuts me to the core. Because it's like I know I go out of my way in friendships. So if you
Mm.
try to tell me I've never done anything for you, okay, now you're trying to gaslight me, and I'm about to show you the receipts, and then we'll never talk again.
So
Facts.
for me, um, deal breaker for me, and it's funny because I think the last time I had to deal with this was back in like 2021, maybe. So once again, I'm usually the friend that people can come to because they know with me, I'm gonna give them some honest opinions. I'm gonna keep it real with them. I'm not gonna judge them. I'm not gonna judge them, and most of all, I'm going to listen. So
You
there was
damn
a
all.
time where like I had like out of my whole friend group, I mean everybody had drama going on, was coming to me, yada 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 yada. And then like I started, spilling my drama to them. Like I was going through some shit. I need somebody to talk to too. And then one day the comment came out of their mouth, like we're all together. It was like
Oh, in
I know
public.
this girl.
Tommy be having all the drama. We can't even keep up with it. I said to myself, hold the fuck up. Y'all motherfuckers come to me all the time with drama.
And let me tell y'all about Tommy. He the pettiest nigga in the world. So he gonna let you know all your drama right then and there.
I did not.
Oh,
I am a changed person. I'm not that man anymore, okay? Because when I
dark
tell
colors.
you 0809 Tommy would have told him about the tubs.
Are you saying
Trust
you're
me.
not petty anymore?
No.
No,
Well,
no,
look,
I was
look, hold
hurtful
on.
petty then.
Listen.
Hurtful.
Oh
I
eight
mean,
oh nine, Tommy.
I would cut deep.
Let me tell you, the Tommy from 0809, that woman is still out here trying to get her life together
Hey, yo, chill, bro.
from the shit that man said.
Lord, can we bring the comment back that said, no, 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 you misunderstood? I didn't get to finish reading it.
Wait, where? Where was it?
And it was a good comment, or was it not a good comment? Oh, there we go.
That was Brianna comment because she typed it in the wrong. Never mind.
Oh,
Point being,
yes, I agree with that.
um, I don't know if I got deal breakers. I really just be letting people hang themselves. I be giving them enough rope to hang themselves, and once you hang yourself, I'm good.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
yeah,
Because
I
once I'm
don't.
done, I'm done.
Mm.
Ain't no
Yeah, I
coming
really don't
back.
be. I'm the king of um, kind of like moderate trust. So when we first start, it's like I give you enough, and we'll figure out what happens from there. But
Mm-hmm.
like that's the rope. So if you decide to hang yourself with it, look, I'm gonna just let you be out there, and I'm gonna leave you out there to dry.
See, I
Yeah.
don't give a lot of rope. I start off with not
Oh, we
trusting you.
know.
I
Trust me.
don't trust you.
He
I'm
said
not
from
trusting you
day one, I
one
don't trust
bit.
you.
Yeah, nah, you moving funny already, and I don't even know you. But I do give you chances, and because I observe, like for the first couple times, like usually it's funny because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I didn't know you weren't quiet," and it's like, "Yeah, no, I'm far from quiet." But the first couple interactions, I've got to observe you. Like I've got to see how I'm about to navigate from
I
here.
get that. I felt that.
When was this?
Is that another
It's
water?
plenty of times.
I feel like that's another
CeCe,
water.
from the first day I met you, the last thing you've ever been is quiet.
Mm.
Tommy, you was there.
I know for a fact you're lying because there's a situation that happened that we're not going to discuss on here. But
Okay.
you do know that I observe people.
Oh, I know you observe people. That's for
Maybe
sure.
Yeah,
she just felt more
exactly.
comfortable with you.
I was talking about the quiet part.
Yeah, if I
Mm.
know you, I'm not quiet at all. Not one bit. But if I don't know you, I'm looking at you from the side of my eye, just trying to figure out what move you about to make.
Okay.
I.
If you say so.
Bombastic side eye.
I'm starting to feel like you don't know me anymore. I think we're going to have to talk about our friendship after this.
Uh-uh.
Save it for Saturday.
Friendship. The reevaluation.
Hey, look. At this point, at this point, we can talk about whatever you want. Okay.
Whatever.
That
What's
is a giant bottle of wine. I just can't get past it. Okay.
So we
Stop
talked about
caressing it
deal
like that.
breakers, right? Huh?
Please stop
I
caressing
was,
that
I
bottle of
was
wine.
reading.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I kind of brought up, how like for me, like I was a strong friend for all these people, and then like, they kind of just proceeded to say that I had all the drama and all this other stuff, and essentially made me feel like, you know, I can be there for you, but that ain't reciprocated. Which goes into what we said earlier, like being a strong friend ain't easy. So how often do y'all check on your strong friends? Ooh.
I feel like I go through seasons because for the most part, I would probably say I'm probably the strong friend too, but I'm a strong friend amongst strong friends, if that makes sense. Like a lot of my friends are their own like strong friends as well. Um, and so I think that's why I do the pop-ups. Like I think that's why I prefer the in-person face-to-face because sometimes you can disguise it on the phone. Most of the time I can pick up like, okay, your voice sounds a little different. You want to talk about it? And I'll do that. But I would say maybe I don't let a month, I try not to let a month go by without at least a text message. But usually I try to pop up or as spots know, I will plan a whole entire game night at your house without asking you, just to make sure you're okay.
That's crazy. Y'all will be knocking at my door forever. It's gonna be a no for me. Me personally, I'm the same. I'm definitely I go through seasons. I definitely have my times where I am the strong friend, and then I have my times where I'm not. My best friend and I do this thing where every Monday we text each other and it's like, okay, how we doing this week? Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And we just put a number. And you're able to expand on it if you want to. But if you don't want to, you don't want to. But at least then every single week we check in with each other and just see where we're at. That way we know what kind of support that we need for that week. And that works for us. But I also have friends where, like you said, I'm pop up. Ding dong. I'm at your door because I can I can I can usually tell when my friends are either hiding something
Mm,
or trying to pretend like everything's all good. But
right.
you can hear it in their tone, even to the point where I'm such an observer where I can tell when my friends' text messages are different. If your punctuation is different, I can notice that. And I'm gonna be like, you good? Everything all right? Why you put two dots there? Yesterday you wouldn't have put two dots there. So what's going on? Let's talk about it. I'm definitely. I think the more you learn your friends, the more observant you are with your friends, the easier it is to
So
know.
Cheeks.
Yes.
Um, although most people know you as the goofy and rambunctious person you are, as somebody who is very close with you, I know that you are in fact one of my strong friends. Although people don't give you the credit for it, I personally know you are one of those strong friends, and I know I take time
Mm.
every now and then, if not on, because like I know, bro, like you've been going through some things right now, and I ain't gonna put your business out there, bro. But like I know you are one of my strong friends, and I try and check on you every chance I can think of it. Who else is checking on you?
To be honest, Sonny, like my uncle been checking up on me, but I'm sorry I'm crying, but this like this question alone, it's different for me because I'm in some shit that it's like wow, like a good dude is in some deep shit, and like nobody on YouTube or jazz sometimes, but like I keep my emotions into myself because I know everybody's busy. You get what I'm saying? I know everybody got their lives. I know everybody got family. Blah blah blah. I keep I keep myself in check, and all the shit that's been going on from the situation from work, mental and physical health, it's draining. And like, to be honest, you guys wouldn't know what the fuck would be going on with me because I don't be saying that. I'd be quiet. I'd rather check up on you guys first before I check up on me. Um, I one of my friends I play online gaming with named Stan and Fatty, they're brothers, and they those two also be checking up on me as well, and they told me some real shit. There's like Cheeks, all the shit you're going through right now. I'm surprised that you got your head held up high, like really like you holding down your shit, and like on some real shit. There's some days that I just want to disappear, like on some real shit. Like I'm talking about like disappear, like bro, like like right now I'm going through therapy because of the shit because of the shit what's going on. Tommy, like on some real shit. Like I thought like one day, like I told myself like if it's my time to go, it's my time to go because I got sleep apnea. I fight death every night, every day when I sleep. I choke for like 30 seconds, 45 seconds during my sleep without getting no air. And I'm like, yo, like I'm tired of fighting. I really am. Like they like people be like, oh, check on your strongest friend. You don't know what the fuck he's going through. And on some real shit, there's only a handful of people who check up on me, but I know they're busy. And it's just a really dark, lonely tunnel that is just it kills me, bro. It kills me because, like I said, I'm that nice guy that will give you like my clothes off my back if you really need it. I will give you the food off my plate if you're not eating. I will put you on shit to make sure that you're good. And it's killing me on the inside. It really is, and it's draining. And I'm like, it's like a domino effect because it's one thing after another, and I'm like, I'm doing good to people, but it's just wiping away. It's hard. It's really hard to be strong for yourself if there's hardly anybody. And I'm like, I don't expect everybody or anybody to be like, oh, pity Cheeks or anything. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because the one friend that would check up on me died last year, and I just buried him in January. And I miss my brother fucking to death, like on some real shit, like on some real shit. Like I'd be like, yo, like it's hard. I'm sorry I'm crying on the podcast, but this is like a sensitive subject to me that all my emotions I've been building up is overwhelming. So yeah, I apologize.
You
I
gotta
don't think you
apologize
should
for that, man.
apologize.
Right.
I think this is like the other side of friendship that a lot of us don't talk about, right? Because, like, as we're sitting here saying we're the strong friend, like, I felt it when you said, I don't want to put my burdens on them. But I think when you find the ones that you trust, like, Spots know there's been times where I will literally, like, so same situation. I had a friend pass away. It was probably 2017, 18. And all I did was text him and say, are you home? I didn't say nothing else, didn't call him nothing. He was like, yeah. And I literally knocked on the door and I just cried. I didn't like, of course, my mom was also going through like breast cancer at that time. So I had to like at least say something so he knew at least the realm in which the tears were coming from. Um, so I feel you 100%. Like loss, especially to that extent, is really, really, really hard.
Mm.
And it's something we don't talk about, but you got to find a way to fight through it. And I know it's easier said than done. But lean on the ones that you can. And so that's why I'm also really big on like, I moved away from all my friends about a year ago. Like, I have people that I've talked to that are here, but like my close friends, my genuine friends, like that's why I think I'm so big on pop up because I need it. So
Mm.
not even sometimes that they need it, like I need it. And so I'm going to get out the house because I can't be in here anymore or I'm going to go crazy. But then I'm really glad you're in therapy because hopefully, that takes you to the next level of help and support. But even just sunlight, like getting outside, taking the heat in, putting your bare feet in the grass, like it's just different things that you can do to really just help yourself because it's hard. There's those days where, like I said, it's been years, but it still feels like it's yesterday. And I journal about it. I go outside, I go on walks. You got to find what that happy place is, but don't ever apologize for crying. Don't ever apologize for being sad and don't feel like you can't burden people because if you feel like you can't burden them, they're not your friend.
Mhm.
And that's okay. It's fine. It's sad and it's heartbreaking, but you still find those moments where you have those people that you're like, okay, I'm going to call Tommy today. And whether we talk about what I'm going through or we just talk shit, like that's just what we're going to do. Like that's what I feel like doing today. And just know that, you can create those spaces for yourself. And I think that's the best way of telling people what you need without saying, like, hey, I need you.
Mhm. I feel like your real friends are never going to consider it a burden. Like they're not. It's not even going to cross their mind that you're burdening them because your real friends are going to want to make sure you're good regardless. And if that means I got to sit on the phone with you for an hour and listen to you cry, then that's what I'm going to do. If that means you call me right now and say, I need you, then I'm going to make that drive. Whatever it is, because you, as my friend, I value you not only as a person, but I value your life even when you don't. So it's important and imperative that I'm putting my best foot forward to show you and make sure that you know that constantly.
Yeah, like I to speak on Cece's point, right? Like when she hit me and did that, I think she was at the crib for maybe about like 4 or 5 to 6 hours. I don't know how long it was, whatever. She was there forever, right? And like honestly, I'm like when it comes to being a friend, sometimes I try to be a fixer, right? So I'm like, oh well, let's talk about this. Let's figure out how we do that. Let's figure out how this happens. Let's figure out the next steps. Let's figure out where we went wrong, right? But in that moment, that was like, in anybody that knows me, getting me to sit down and shut up is real hard. So like, I think in that moment, we sat there in silence for maybe like 3 hours. It didn't say nothing. We just sat there. She did her thing. I just was there. I don't know. She like at some point she talked to my dad. We was talking to different people. People was calling me at different points. People was having conversations. So I say all of this to say like at the end of the day, Cheeks, like while I haven't, thankfully I haven't been through that same situation or a similar situation, like as being the person that's on the other side, somebody that people have leaned on, they'll figure it out. So like when it comes to like trying to burden somebody, like the last thing that came to my head was, oh, I got something else to do. Matter of fact, I tell you, I'm real big on like electronics and all this stuff. Like I'm pretty sure I walked in with like a brand new speaker or something when you came over, and it was just like the speaker didn't even exist. Like I had it, and I was just like, oh damn, like I can't wait to plug it up, play all this music. Not a damn thing happened with it. We just sat there for 5 hours in silence for half of it. So you know, it was what it was. But again, like I said, for those people that, like they said, like those that you consider friends, people that consider you friends back, like don't consider it a burden to them because they'll figure it out. You know, like it's been times I've called Tommy and we've just dealt with shit without even dealing with it. And I know Tommy don't got the time, and I know I don't got the time, but we made it work. So like in full transparency and full honesty, like um, therapy is a great first step. Like making sure that you get someone to talk to and talk it through. But the next step is like there's a reason why people build villages, right? Like everybody says it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to raise yourself, right? Like you got to grow within the village. You can't grow by yourself. So as you build your village, just make sure that you can lean on them, and that's the whole point purpose of putting them there.
And do test conversations. Like maybe you don't start with the heavy stuff, but maybe you have like
Right.
a somewhat vulnerable conversation that it allows you to open up, but it's not telling all your business, and it's not to the point where if somebody says something off the wall where it will break you, but vulnerable enough where you can get somebody else to open up. Because like again, I got trust issues big time. But those are the things that I test out of like, okay, well, let me see how they're going to respond to this. And that will tell you like, okay, this is somebody that I can call and I can trust and do things with. Like Spots knows all my business. Like he got to go with me to the grave. Okay.
Unwillingly.
So like, that's a friendship. And that's why I'm like, it's tricky when you talk about, having friends of the opposite sex because thankfully I have a situation where my husband and him are best friends. So they grew up together. So it makes that 10 times easier for me. But I can't imagine if they didn't and how I would explain that. Because, like, he's not going anywhere. So I've got to find a way to make it comfortable. But it's taking years. And, like he said, we've gone through, ebbs and flows and how do we navigate this and how do we change our friendship. Like the second half of his story that he never finished was, like he said, his wife, then girlfriend, was not comfortable. And we had to navigate that because at the end of the day, I want her to be comfortable because me and him have to be friends. So whatever I need to do, whatever we need to change, that's what we're gonna do. And so just test out, you know, those vulnerable conversations without giving too much, see what people say. And then you'll find like they'll eventually bring other people that will bring it full circle. Because there's some people that got introduced to me that I'm like, oh, I don't know that I ever would have been friends with this person if it wasn't through somebody
Right.
else.
Mhm.
Is this like me and that person that live in North Carolina that you be going to see all the time?
No, we all went to college together. That's a little different.
Yeah, but she ain't really talk to you like that. Sorry. Anyway,
We did, but
just bringing the
anyway,
longevity back. Sorry,
see,
I was
Okay.
just trying.
he
So
trying to lighten the mood. That's all it is.
right.
That's
So
My thing is, Spots putting down if y'all watched a few episodes ago or the podcast when we was talking about
Lord.
Spots and his electronics,
Oh.
I am bewildered. Okay,
He got a
stop that.
problem.
Let me put the speaker down. This is serious.
Speaking of which, it's right here too. It's right behind this computer. It was the
so
original Apple HomePod.
I'm gonna wrap the show up by saying this. And this is kind of piggyback off what Cheek said, yo. Check on your strong friends. And not only that, when your strong friends come to you with stuff, take it serious. Take it serious. Um, I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but there was something kind of traumatic I went through in 2020, and like, I remember I opened up about it, and it didn't go how I expected, and so I had to just navigate that by myself, and it was a dark time. So check on your strong friends, and when they tell you something, take it serious. But we're not gonna hold it any more longer. We definitely hit our mark. Um, but yo, if you don't know because you're new, or if you do know because you've been here, after this is the cool down, which happens in our Discord. And if you're not in our Discord, you're slacking. But I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. right there in the chat. So whether you're on Facebook watching this, or you're on YouTube watching this, or you're on Twitch watching this, you know, there's a link. Join the Discord and scroll down, and you'll see what is called the Cool Down Lounge. We'll be in there till about 11:30, 12 o'clock. So if there's anything else from the show you want to talk about, just a point you want to make, or you just want to come kick it with us, by all means, come through. Come through, hang with the Fuego Familiar. But that's the end of our show. Peace, chicken grease, and all that other good shit. We'll catch y'all next week for episode 2 of The Real Heat. Later.